Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends. See what I did there? Yeah? Hey! Welcome back, thank you for joining me today. Remember the Blossom Glow collection from Madame Glam? My label tape ran out. I've got some, it's arriving tomorrow. That we live swatched the other day. We're going to do something with these four, which I have fallen in love with. Wait until you see how nicely they ombre together. We're going to start with 2 coats of Chic Rose. Did I need to do this background before doing the full cover pattern that we're about to do now? I'm not sure, but I did. So I do two coats, just 2, 2 coats of that, and cured in between each coat, obviously. And then we're taking these colours here, and we are going to pop some on our palette and stop shouting. We're going to start by stop shouting. And we're going to take, this is the Petal Brush from Madame Glam. And we're going to just pat the colours on in sort of random places. You can get a whopping 30% off at Madame Glam using the link in the description and the code MISSJO30 all the time. And I recommend one of those times being as soon as you finish this video, because these 4, well, the whole set's lovely, but the whole collection's lovely, but these 4, So I've put the pink next to the purple, and I'm just mushing. I'm not doing a fancy ombre technique or anything. I'm just going to sort of mush them together a bit. And then we're taking the yellow, and then I should have maybe made the pink a bit shorter, as in not as far over to the right, and brought the yellow round, because we're going to put blue on after, and you kind of only want to put colours next to each other. They're going to blend nicely and give you a nice blend colour. Whereas, oh, actually, no, pink and blue will be fine together, yeah. So I wouldn't have put maybe yellow and purple next to each other. But this way is okay. So again, I'm just going to just give a light smush to start with. Just giving my brush a quick wipe before things. See, just a scribble. But because they've got the same formula, they've all got this pearly loveliness to them. They blend really nicely because the sort of glow in them is the same in all of them. So they blend well. And then I think I wanted to do the thing with the pearl gels where you do little swirly patterns in it. But doing that on the first coat of the pearls, it kind of made me see through to the cream underneath. So I'm going to leave that like that, which looks lovely just as is, for like a marble maybe. But now we're going to do a second coat to, we're going to do it the same, but we're going to then take the, what's the word? Dotting tool, the Madame Glam dotting tool. So excuse my voice. I've had hay fever. And it's made me a bit meh. And I've been ill, which is why this video is late. I slept for 2 days. Had this weird, I'll tell you about it later, maybe. So yeah, we're going to pat these together again. I've just zoomed this bit up because it's just the same as what we've just watched. Just give them a little mush. And then I'm going to take the dotting tool and do lots of swirly bits in it. And because it's a pearly gels, you'll see the swirly pattern in it. Obviously, if it was a plain creme, you're not going to see. But because they've got this pearliness, you can see the pattern in it. I don't know if I needed to do this because I think they looked nice just as they are, sort of ombreed, you know, roughly ombreed together. But I wanted to because I've not done this before. So I'm just doing some sort of figure 8s over and over, all over it, and then we'll cure. And now we're going to take the Madame Glam foil gel. Boom, said it, did it in one take. It was actually the 3rd take. And we're going to do a coat of that, and then cure that. But listen, this is it before we do the next step. Oh, my camera was having a day. See how it's all jittery? So that's it, like that. So if you'd have done a top coat instead of a foil gel, that would be a finished look. We're going to take this clear hollow foil and I'm just going to do some patches. Kind of wish I'd done it over the whole nail. I think I did get quite a lot of the nail though. And then it adds this. Look at this. It's magical. I mean, it was magical anyway, but now it's like super duper magical. Their foil gel is fantastic. And they finally are doing a full-size bottle because they used to just do the little ones in the advent calendar, but now they do a big one. I highly recommend it. So I've done another nail the same, but just sort of flipped the pattern around. Look how pretty that is. How nice are those gels? It's like a dream rainbow. It's as if, yeah, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, before we move on, let's take a moment to talk about today's video sponsor, which is Teddy Blake, who make the most exquisite designer quality handbags without the designer price. That's very kind. Thank you very much. They have graciously allowed me to pick another of their amazing bags. This is the Lola Croco 12-inch in dark red. I've got a money off code for you coming up, but I have to start by asking you to scrutinize this footage because there is not a stitch out of place. Everything is literally perfection. And I don't throw around the word literally willy-nilly, but it is literally perfection. Every millimeter is absolutely immaculate. So look closely and admire the craftsmanship. Teddy Blake used the same Italian paletteries, which is leather goods for us handbag laymen, to handpick their leather, and the same factories to create them that other luxury designer brands do. This is the third bag I have from them, and you can tell straight away that they're going to last you a lifetime, and they're never going out of style. They're so well made, so elegant, and they're just sheer class. Put this with any outfit and it takes it to the next level. Imagine this with your out outfit, but then imagine it with blue jeans, white trainers, clean white trainers, and a white t-shirt. You know, suddenly you look like you've got your shiz together. Oh, and I know I harped on about this last time, but the smell, it needs to be bottled. It smells expensive. It smells luxury. They're all made from 100% Italian leather. The insides of the bags are just as gorgeous as the outside. And all the hardware on the bags, like the clasps and the little hooks for the detachable strap. They're all super high quality. They're shiny, just neat. Some of them have got the little Teddy Blake marking on them, which looks really fancy. This is just expert craftsmanship. A skill that has been perfected over generations of Italian traditions, which means they have the Made in Italy stamp, made by the best, and your handbag will be the best among anyone around you holding a handbag. Yours is the best. They'll smell you coming. They'll smell you before they see you, and then they'll see your handbag and they'll want to touch it and sniff it. I'm so obsessed with this handbag. I'm secretly quite smug about how nice my handbag is. You know, this whole thing, this divine masterpiece of pure Italian craftsmanship, yeah, it's mine. No big deal, but my eyes are saying huge deal. So I highly recommend you pay a visit to teddyblake.com. They've always got new styles being released. So if you can't find one, you're a door, you're lying, because I want them all. And you can use code TBMISSJO30 for $30 off your order. Treat yourself, get someone else to treat you, but don't forget to check out teddyblake.com and you can get $30 off using the code TBMISSJO30. Thank you for sponsoring this video. I know material things aren't supposed to bring happiness, but they do. And this bag brings me so much happiness. I feel like, yeah, you know, I deserve it. I deserve a nice thing. And yeah, it just makes me feel really happy. So thank you, Teddy Blake. All the details will be in the description for that as well. I'll put links and everything you need to know down there. So go and have a look in the description for all the details. This next nail, we're going to do the same technique as the one before, but we're going to do it as a French. So I'm starting out with purple. thinking I'll sort of work downwards with the ombre, but then I do kind of bring it in as a not, you know, I don't bring the pink all the way over. But you could, I suppose, if you wanted the top, the smile line portion, you if you wanted that different to be two different colours. What am I trying to say? If you don't want all the top smile line bit to be purple, then do half the smile line in one colour, half in another, and then, you know, work downwards from there. But we're going to add these and then give them another little patty pat together. I might, what do you think? I might do a live tonight. I mean, it's 10:30 in the evening now. Did I say the reason the video's not on as late is because I was a bit unwell? So sorry about that. I might do a live later, which will be out before this, which will be sooner than when you see this video. And swatch the new, they've got a mid-month release, Madame Glam, of, wait for it, some cat eyes. Yeah, I might go live. So I've done a second coat, and then I'm doing this swirly technique with the dotting tool again. You could do it on the first coat and see how it works for you, but I just found it, you could, you know, it was like carving out, so you could see the base colour underneath, and I guess if you're doing it on clear, you'd see clear. So we've done that, cured it, and we are using the velvet matte top coat to velvetize. Look how nice it looks, velvet. Look, that is like a, that is, isn't it? It's a dreamland rainbow. It's like a My Little Pony rainbow. I loved My Little Pony. Do you remember that one with the weird lady? Was she a cat? And she wore like this burgundy maroon long dress, and she was nasty, and they were at this party or something. It was really scary. I'm going to have to find that episode and rewatch it. So I put foil gel over the French area again, and then cured it, and now we're going to pat some of this rainbow on, not pat, press, foil this rainbow on, and then I'm going to top this section. I could have waited to do this because I didn't know what I was going to do next, so if you want to follow this exactly, then you don't need to top now, because we're going to take what? Can't remember. We're going to take something. I put this aside and then came back to it later. So that's it as is. You could leave it like that. A beautiful little pearlescent rainbow ombre with holo, with swirls. Oh yes, we're going to take the silver chrome gel paint, and I'm going to outline the smile line, and then I'm going to top that. So I could have not topped just now, but then I suppose if I'd messed this up and I wanted to wipe it off, then I might risk wiping off some of the foil, depending on how corrosive isopropyl alcohol is to foil. It probably would have been okay, but don't always like to take a risk. So I cured that, and I'm just going to top coat that bit. But if you don't want to top coat the foil, you can do the silver line and then just top coat the whole silver line and down to the bottom of the tip. And then we're going to take, we're going to cure that. Then we're going to take some art gel and put it where we want it for some bling. I'm going to use this as my bling gel, and other stuff. It's good for embossing and humpifying things. This is new, this art gel. It's really nice thickness. I'm going to take some pearls from the Crystal Parade Champagne Zodiac Fizz. You can get money off at Crystal Parade as well. Details in the description. And then I'm going to take some from Moonflare, which is Selena Ryden's brand. I love her. She's amazing. This one is from Moonflare. It was just a sample pack of crystals when I ordered the nail cards. And then the pearls are Crystal Parade. And then these two, are these? I think these are from the Moonflare little sample pack I had. And then we're going to pop some caviar beads in between them, which I might speed up because I hate editing caviar beads, putting them on. How is everybody? You all okay? Thanks for those who did join on the last live. Yeah, I might go live in a min after this, or maybe tomorrow. I'll see. But it'll probably be with zero warning again, sorry. I liked this, how it was, and then thought, more. I want more. I want more. I want the world. So we're adding more. So we're doing one stone, just one stone, is it, with some caviar beads? Or one stone with small ones? I can't really see because I'm not looking at it full screen. Oh, just one. And then some caviar beads. I would top over those caviar beads if this was a person, but it is not. It's not an invisible person. You may have been thinking it's actually just a nail pop. Okay, that's that one. We're going to matte another one. Did I put this clip in twice? Not sure. And then we're taking, why have I not shown you? Oh, I show you, I've swapped the order of the nails. This is the, we'll see what it's called when we do the next nail. But it's Madame Glam little pot of, I think it's sculpting gel. So I'm making a little skinny worm. And then I'm going to break off tiny little pieces, smaller than you think. Do a tiny piece, but then go half the size. Because once you get that tiny piece onto the nail, it's a mammoth piece. So we're going to make lots of tiny little pieces. And then we are going to roll one into a ball, which you can do using this silicone tool from Madame Glam. You can roll it into a ball with that. And I'm going to do lots of little petals. Do you remember I tried to do something like this on the live with something and it went horribly wrong? So this is really the sort of first time I'm properly trying to do little petals, but I wanted them to be flat, not have that little sort of curl in them. So I pressed down and then just squeezed the sides in and we have a little petal. I'm going to cure each one as we go, apart from the first and second, because I was just trying to see if I thought I was going to be able to do it. But cure each one as you go, because then when you are doing your squeezing bits, you don't have to worry about accidentally smushing the one next to it. So press down on the ball so you get a curve and then just push the sides into a point. And the first one, the first petal I did, is the best of all of them. They continuously just get worse from here on out. But I stuck with it because I liked the plan I had. So I'm just going to whiz through this. Just press down and then push in at the sides. You press down and then maybe pull in a bit. So as you're pressing down, sort of press but pull towards you. And then point it at the end. So we've done the flower, and then we're just going to add some individual petals going up to the top right, and then we'll do some coming down to the bottom left and try and curve them so we get a sort of swirl of petals falling, like an S type swirl. And then we're going to get a bit fancy pants and do some teeny tiny ombres with these gels. These gels are amazing. So nice. So nice to ombre with. The pearliness of them. They look nice as a plain nail, but if you do the swirly majigs and the colours, all of those four together, because you've got a pink, blue, yellow, a purple, because you've got pink, blue and yellow, you can make any other colour. So you can mix the pink and yellow and get an orange. You can mix the blue and yellow and get a green, and so on. So I should have mixed them on camera, done a little experiment, shouldn't I? But you can just make all the colours out of them. So you could do individual striped rainbow by using the blue and yellow to make a green, that sort of thing. But these the pearliness to them, it's just got a magical fairy-like quality, a dream-like loveliness. And I just think you should get them right now. Go and get them. Use my code though, so you get money off. So we're going to do some tiny little ombres on the petals. Should I have just done one petal, one colour, and then had them all different colours all in one go? Maybe, if you want to make it quicker. But this was just fun. Sometimes don't you get in the mood where you just want to do tiny fiddly stuff? I was in one of those moods. So we're just going to sort of wiggle them together. If that yellow came up too high, give my brush a wipe, work from the top down into the yellow, and vice versa. I won't make you endure every single one, I don't think. I did like edit 1, I call it, and then sometimes I need to do edit 2 because who wants to watch you know, an hour of doing this, maybe similar things over and over, but I haven't done Edit 2, so who knows how long we're going to be here watching this. Could be the rest of the whole video, and then just 30 seconds at the end of the last couple of nails, or one nail. Oh no, the last one. Oh, the snake. Just wait. This is one of those sets that when I finish, I was a little bit proud of. Well, not, I don't know. Was I proud? No, I don't think I was proud. I'm British. We don't publicly compliment ourselves. But I think it was more that I was happy with just how pretty they are. I think it was the gels. I think I was just a bit mesmerized by it all, really. Just kept staring at it for ages, like, look how pretty these gels are and what I've done with them. So now we're adding a cough. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Now we're adding foil gel over them. Just slapdash, just slap it on. Don't worry, you know, don't be super precise. Just slap it on. Easy, quick. And then we are going to foil over them all. Yeah, I wish I'd done the foil all over the full nails, but there you go. And you can't see it too well because they are so small, and you have to get them in certain lights. But doesn't it add an extra sort of sheen of sorts? You know? Little kind of more, it makes it even more pearlescent. It makes it iridescent-y. That's the word. So I was just trying to show you how well the foil gel picked up. See? So that's perfectly picked up on them all. Very good, Joseph. And then we're going to top. I was going to do what I do with the next nail on these, but I thought it would just take too long, and you'll see what I mean once we do the next nail. So now I'm just going to top these, and any bits of the background that I've got either some foil gel on, or some top coat on. Once the top coat's cured, I went over a couple of bits with velvet again, just so they weren't shiny on the background. Look how pretty! Look how pretty the wipe up was. This was the last nail I did because there were two that didn't make the cut. So this was a go back the next day and do something else. But just wiping off the palette, even the colours look nice like that. Just on a bit of lint wipe. We've added another pearl from Crystal Braid in the centre. And I used the art gel to apply that. Look, our little humpified, our little embossed flowers. I love that. Okay, so this was the stuff. Oh no, the other stuff was sculpting gel. Now I'm using... Oh, I'll show you what the other one was in a minute. I'm using the pearl one for the sole reason that I picked up the wrong pot. But I thought this will do. And this would look nice if I didn't cover it, but I am going to cover it. But this is a really nice pearly sculpting gel. This would be nice for some seashells or something. Anything you want pearly and pretty. At Christmas time for Father Christmas hat trim fur. So we're going to roll this into a snake. And we're going to, go slowly so it doesn't do all of that stuff. And I'm going to cut it in half. And then, sorry, I had to swallow then. You know, sometimes you can't swallow. My throat's so dry. We're going to make the one end of it pointy. So just put a little pressure down and make it pointy. And then we will apply it to the top of the nail. Like so. Look how gorgeous that pearly gel is. So pretty. And I know I'm not wearing gloves, but I can't because things get stuck to them and it annoys me, and I'm fine. I'll be fine. I isopropyl my fingers after. And then we're going to fold over the end of this and make a little head. Press it down, point it to make a little snake head. Hate snakes. I know one of you's got a few snakes, and I mean no offence by saying I hate snakes. What I mean is I'm terrified of snakes. But on a nail... And I've got a snake ring, actually. They're not so bad. Real life, I would just... No. It's just no.
No.
Big old nope rope. So we'll cut that off with a little tool scraper thing, Madame Glam also. And I'm just going to sort of wiggle around with the shape a tiny bit. And then we're going to cure. You can cure the top part before putting the bottom part on if you want to faff around. And then, so that was it. Just showing the pearliness of that gel, which is really lovely. And then we're going to do this. We're going to Rainbow Ombre the snake. And as this was coming together, I was so excited because it's just so pretty. Oh my goodness, my voice. I woke up the other day, had no voice. Looking around for Ursula, nowhere to be found. Must be something wrong with me. Also had this kind of mottly redness all over my body. Yes, I did have an instant panic attack and then decided to ignore it. Did the little glass test, you know, where you roll it over. That seemed fine. So just ignored it, took some paracetamols and slept for 2 days. And it was fine. Right, so we're popping this on. We're not curing the colours as we go because we are blending them together. See how I'm just doing a little tickle? Just like that. And then we'll work from the yellow down to... I should have just done the yellow. Oh no, because we're missing a colour. I should have done the yellow and then mixed a green, out of the yellow and blue. And then on the bottom part of it, done yellow, green, blue. But I ended up getting all the way back down to purple again. Just wanted to get as much rainbowness, as many rainbows as possible. How nice are these colours for a rainbow? Oh, I know I get a bit excited about it, but hopefully you do too. Hopefully I'm not alone in oohing and ahhing. You know, I can't just go, oh, these colours are really nice, and then be done with it. Are you insane? Look how nice they are. We need to discuss this at great length and in great detail. You can see the green that's come from the blue and yellow. Really nice green. That'd be lovely in the summer for some seaside mermaidy nails. So we're working down to the pink. So we went yellow, blue, purple, pink. And then I am going to do a second coat of it just to brighten them up a bit. Well, not brighten them up, just give them a bit more, what's the word? Saturation, I guess. So the second coat is finished. Oh no, I'm finishing the second coat. I just thought I can't just go, second coat done. I have to show you, I have to provide evidence of this. And then curing, yes. And now I'm going to foil gel the snake, and we're going to foil over it again. The foil, it's because I think about it too much. If I just said foil gel, but I don't like gel in it. No, it's gel. Foil 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 on. Fucking foil gel on. Foil gel. It's been a while since I've had to say that. Madame Glam foil gel. Anyway, yeah, because it's a small area, the foil wasn't as... The rainbowy bits of the foil weren't sort of as in your face as they are on the plain, or not the plain, but the full colour nail. But you could still see it, just not as well on camera. And I was being... It's not that I was being stingy by using this bit of foil and trying to find the bits with foil left on it. It was I was being lazy and couldn't bother to cut another piece off. If there's an opportunity to be lazy, I will take it. Oh, so this is the stuff I used for the petals, the Mirage 3D sculpting gel. So now we've done our snake. Don't do him too thick to start with. Well, do it however you want, actually, it'll be fine. But now we're going to make another snake out of the clear gel. And we're going to press it over our existing snake. But we don't want it to just sit on top of it. We want it to cover it entirely, but not too thick. Although I suppose as long as it's sort of even it doesn't matter, but we don't want nails that reach the ceiling. We don't have to duck as we walk in doorways because our nails are so tall. So I'm going to press this using the silicone tool all over it, but enough that we can make an indent in it, that we can press something into it. What? What's going on? Stop being so silly. I'm talking to you, not me. You. Stop being silly. You're putting me off. What was I saying? We're going to press it all over it, but not so it's completely flat and thin. We do need a little bit of thickness because we're going to do this. So I'm going to do the top part first. Roll this tool over it to get the snake print pattern. Look how cool that is. Although I don't think I looked close enough. Do I add some more? Because I could have done it better. But I obviously just, I don't know, wasn't looking close enough. I think as soon as that pattern went on, I was like, that's amazing, get it in the lamp. Whereas I should have gone, that looks amazing. Let's make it as good as we can. But sometimes it's not the case. You're just excited. So I did the top part first and then cured, which I would recommend because you can then faff around with this, putting this bit on without smushing the bit above, or the rolling bit as well would be affected. So we covered that, and then we're going to rolling with the homies over that. But I think I do need to press in here a bit. You see where the clear is sort of poking out quite a bit. And that was it. And I pat some bits down and got rid of the pattern. What a wally. What a silly sausage. So taking the silver again to give it some eyes. Is that where snake's eyes are? That will do. And then we're going to put it in the lamp. And then we're done with that. Oh no, we're not, are we? Oh no, we got to top coat over the silver chrome. Yeah. And I'll show you in a sec. I think, or did I delete it? A couple of nails that didn't make it. Look at our snake. My camera was just being very odd. Looks like I'm glitching. I should have paid more attention to the rolling pattern because I think I pat some bits out, but that's so cool, isn't it? And they're just like a pearlescent pastel rainbow snake. I'd still be absolutely terrified if I saw it, but I'd definitely try and get a selfie with it. So this didn't make the cut because the heart was too fat. But I like the idea of like a little snakeskin heart to match. And then this one just was an absolute bloody disaster. Forgot to give the butterfly body. It just all went wrong. And the silver was coming out black in the pictures, like coming out really dark, and it just didn't go with the rest of the set. So they got taken away. Because the silver was really pale and really pale silver as opposed to a dark silver, but it was showing up darker. That heart was cool though. You know, if you've got a snake, to have something else snake print, which is what I wanted to do with the petals, go over each of them again with the sculpting gel and make them snake print. But they were just too small and fiddly, couldn't be asked. So that's them. How amazing are those gels? Is it not like you're dreaming? I think there's definitely somewhere in heaven that looks like that. Not the snake. But the rainbow together and the pearliness. Get these gels, mix the colours together and make other colours. Do ombre rainbows with them. They're so nice, and you can get a whopping 30% off using the link in the description and the code MISSJO30 on a hand, because sometimes hand. Oh, they were sort of this size. I'd wear those for 10 minutes and then have an anxiety attack and need naked nails again. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.